University, Riyadh, KSA. So, today, Sir would enlighten us in the topic the study of end of life vehicles, the mode of sustainable development. I, on behalf of our college, welcome you, sir, to begin the session. Please, sir.
Thank you. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I thank all the faculty members and the students of University College of Engineering, Karyavatam for inviting me to this talk. Can you see my slides?
Sorry,
Hello?
sir. Slides are not visible.
Okay. Just a moment. Can you see my slides?
Yes, sir. Now they are visible.
Okay. So myself, Dr. DrAzeem Hafiz. I'm from Trivandrum, basically from Nedumangad in Trivandrum. So I completed my schooling in St. Thomas General School in the year 2002, and I joined SCT College of Engineering in 2002. And I finished my master's in 2009 from RIT Kottayam. And I did my PhD in end-of-life vehicles from Annamalai University, and I finished it in 2018. About my career, I started teaching in Muslim Association College in 2006 after completing my BTech. Then I have taught in PA Aziz College. Then I moved to King Khalid University in 2011. And from 2013 to 2017, I was the head of the department in ACE College of Engineering, Trivandrum. In 2017, I went to Misantepe University. It is in Africa, Ethiopia. And then from Misantepe University, I joined Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University. Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University is in Riyadh. If you just let me introduce you to my institution, Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University. This is the symbol of the logo of the Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University. So Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University is located in a city called Al Kharj. You have to pronounce it like Ha, Al Kharj. Al Kharj, if you travel from, if you see the map from Trivandrum to Riyadh, you will be moving towards northeast. So once you reach Riyadh, that is King Khalid Airport, again you have to travel in car the same route where how you have traveled from Trivandrum to Riyadh. So if you again travel 100 kilometers, you will reach the city of Al Kharj. And this tower is the symbol of Kharj. This is the symbol of Kharj. And Kharj is mainly a industrial city. As somebody who has traveled to Middle East, you should be knowing that Al-Marai, Al-Safi, all these are the dairy products which are available in the Middle East. So all the milk is produced in Al Kharj. We have the plants all in Al Kharj, and we also have our university, Prince Saddam bin Abdulaziz University. We also have the university. You can see the aerial view. If you drive through the outside of this university, it will take you 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes to go one round through the perimeter of this university. It's a very huge university, and it has another campuses in maybe 100 and maybe 4 or 5 campuses, affiliated colleges, which is nearby the Kharj area. and we have almost 9,000 students and 1,500 faculty members. We have College of Engineering, College of Pharmacy, College of Computer Science, Business Administration, and this is Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He has a vision of 2030, that is, the Saudi Arabia should become independent of this natural resources like petroleum. So he has spent a lot of money on sustainable engineering processes, and we have got 300 million reals, and many research setups has been implemented or installed in our university. So I'm starting my class on the study of end-of-life vehicles, the mode of sustainable development. First of all, I learned that you are from Kerala University and you don't have the subject sustainability in engineering, which is a course for the KTU students. It's an open book exam. And what is sustainability? Sustainability is avoidance of depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. So that means while you are going for something, while you are doing any process, you should think about the future. The future, it should not harm the human beings which are coming after you. The generation who is coming after you should not feel the consequences of some of the programs which you are implementing today. So this picture shows what are all the factors which we need to study. You may be knowing all these things. So if not, what will happen? So we came to know in the 2019 winter in Delhi, the fog was at its worst. The visibility was at its worst. And the fog is it is not the fog, it is the smoke. Because once the smoke and the fog mixes, the visibility was at the worst. It is because of too much exhaust, polluted exhausts from the vehicles and from the industries. So now we will go for something called as sustainable development. We have three goals, that is the environmental goal, the economic goal, and the social goal. This is the Venn diagram of sustainable development. So sustainable development is the intersection of environment, economic, social parameters. So economic means once you are going for some factors, like if you are trying to convert all the petroleum vehicles into solar vehicles, it is not financially feasible. And socially, the community should know everything, and environment should not get affected. So if all these three factors come into intersection, we will get the sustainable development. Now the third factor is what is the sustainable development in engineering design. So sustainable development, let me go through the sentence. Sustainable engineering is the process of designing and operating systems such that they use energy, resources sustainably. In other words, the rate does not compromise with the natural environment, and the ability of the future generation is to meet their own needs. So we know we are also trying to shift into non-conventional energy sources like solar energy, wind energy. So when solar energy, wind energy are used rather than the conventional sources of energy, we will not harm the future generations needs, or the future generation will not get any problem because of we using something which is of non-conventional type. So as you are from electronics and communication department, so I just try to find out how you can the engineers of electronics and communication or communication engineers can contribute. The first one is optimizing the performance output, like a laptop or a computer. If you can make the battery life or the output of the device maximum, so the energy will be conserved. Second thing is avoiding many hazardous components. So the e-waste what you say disposal is a very huge issue coming in the future. So you once you are making some components, you should try to minimize the use of hazardous components like mercury, cadmium, etc. And then you should always look, you should have this innovation part, innovation in the sense how I can go for a sustainable design. Always think, once you are going for any design, you always should have the in your mind sustainable design. It is not that you make a design which will be harmful in the future. So whenever you go for a research or when you are going for a design, you should always think about how we can go for a sustainable design. And then the same thing in innovation, you should go for greener alternatives. So I basically have done more research in the topic ELV. ELV
Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir. We are sorting the technical issues. Please stay tuned.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
everything is fine, sound is okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is an end of life vehicle? So end of life vehicle, it is called as ELV. So you are in Karivatam. If you move towards Cosmo Hospital towards Pattam, you can, on the left side, you can see the traffic police station, where you find lot of vehicles which are not usable, which are almost scrapped. So these are end of life vehicles. So end of life vehicles are mainly uh, due to age. Like if you see old Condasa or old Premier Padmini or the vehicles which are used in 80s, 90s, they are natural due to age. And the second thing is what you see in our traffic police station Pattam. It's due to accidents and fire. So we are in India and we have millions and millions of vehicles on road. But whereas in developed countries like European Union, England, Sweden, France, Spain, or America, United States of America, or Australia, or Mexico, they have something like a legislation. Legislation is a set of rules. In the European Union, once a vehicle reaches 14 years, that is, you are purchasing a vehicle in 2006, and by 2020, the company, the manufacturer, like if you are purchasing a Toyota Corolla, the Toyota company should take back this vehicle. It should go back to the manufacturer. So that is something which is by law implemented in some of these vehicles, and which is essential. This end of life vehicle legislation is very much essential for a sustainable future. So in legislations, we have the provision of taking back the end of life vehicles, depollution of vehicles, improvement of product design for remanufacturing, increase of reuse and recycling of waste, prevent heavy and toxic materials to the environment. So the next thing once we talk about end of life vehicles, end of life vehicle legislation. So the third thing we have to think about is design for remanufacturing and disassembly. See, you have, for example, you have a small okay, maybe a speaker. Okay, you can have a speaker, and you see it is not working, and you know some of the components inside. So first thing is you should take it safely out of the speaker itself. So you can get that with full recovery rate without doing any damage. You can get it for yourself, and you can make another component out of this, that is designed for remanufacturing and disassembly. So once there is a remanufacturing and disassembly, the part should be obtained. The part, whichever part which we need, should be obtained without any damage. We should get the part without any damage, so that we can again do some work and make it like new. That process is called as refurbishing. I think if you go to ebay.com, you will get refurbished mobiles. That is the mobile phones which you take for 20,000, 25,000. They take it as second hand, and they will just work on it, and they will again sell as a refurbished mobile. I don't know whether it is now available. In 2015, in eBay there was a refurbished mobiles. So refurbishing is the making up or reworking on a component. That is called as refurbishing. So the next term is remanufacturing. In the remanufacturing, the products are brought back to the old condition or a better condition by reworking on the part, and the reduction of the cost and outcomes of the savings in raw materials consumption, machining process, everything. So if you are going to make this engine head from a new aluminum component, it will have too much cost. But whereas once you are converting the old component to the new component, you can do some heat treatment process to improve the material characteristics, and you can make it as equally same as the old product. So it will give you savings also. So the next thing is, once you have the old vehicle which is almost reaching its end of life vehicles, not like the old vehicles in India, like in European Union, after 14 years you cannot run that car legally on your roads. So what you have to do is you have to do something, just throw it away or something. So throwing a vehicle is also environmental issue. So the last owner should will not have any money to dispose this vehicle, and it can go to the manufacturer. That is called as free take back, and free take back is one of the implications of the end of life vehicles legislation. So now we are going to discuss what is happening with like once the end of life vehicle legislatives are on globally, not in India. Globally, all the automobile manufacturers are forced to take up some actions. Like Toyota has had done a lot of research, and they have brought high performance propylene, which is easily reusable material, and they have also developed thermoplastic polyethylene, that is TPU resin. So these are these are the implications after implementing the end of life vehicles legislation. So Mitsubishi has now 40 different parts recycled, and they established their recyclability. All plastic fittings weighing over 100 grams are labeled with the material composition, and they target 98% of unavoidable waste products. And about Ford, in addition to damaged parts such as fuel indicators, windshield wipers, motors, bumpers, headlights, are now gathered and refurbished, or instead of dismantled and recycled. So Ford is trying to refurbish the all fuel engines and windshield motors and reuse in the new cars. And Volkswagen, they have introduced individual system that involves direct contractual relationship between manufacturer, wholesaler, and reselling industry companies, and collective system, that is a third party is engaged to establish and maintain a joint venture take back network for all the manufacturers and wholesalers. And in Hyundai, it's a Korean company. They have set up a Namyang Research and Development Center in Hyundai in South Korea, which can strip car down to shell in 30 minutes. So, I'm sorry. Excuse. So just to go, just to recap, just to give a recap of what we have told. Sustainability means the design which has to come in engineering, which will not harm the future generation. So once we are going to sustainable design in electronics engineering, you have to think about avoiding the e-waste, and also going for maximum performance output of the components, as well as avoiding the hazardous components in manufacturing. Then it's my topic, that is end of life vehicles. In end of life vehicles, we have something like a end of life vehicle legislation. Legislation means it is a set of rules which will force the manufacturers like Toyota, Mitsubishi, Nissan to make something like a free take back, that is taking back the vehicle after its on life. Then we have the design for disassembly and remanufacturing. Design for disassembly and remanufacturing means we should have a design so that we can easily take the component back after its life, and we can see what is the problem with this component and how we can make it as good as a new component, and we can reuse it. For example, if you have a steering of the car, after 14 years you are taking this steering, and see, once you are taking out this steering, it should be easy to dismantle this steering. So that is the design for disassembly. So that is the first part, that is design for disassembly. So any component which should have a easiness and 100% recovery. Once you are taking that part out, it should not have any damage. Without having any damage, we should have the dismantling of that component. And once that component is dismantled with 100% efficiency, we should remanufacture that. So I have done my PhD in end-of-life vehicles management. So I have maybe 4 papers published in end-of-life vehicle management, another 4 ready for publication. So let me go through my research paper. This was the first research paper. It was published and made online in 2016. This is about the study and analysis of barriers in developing end-of-life ELV regulations in developing countries, the Indian scenario. So we have listed out many barriers. Why there is no end-of-life vehicle regulations in India? What are the barriers? So and what are the interdependencies of barrier? So this barrier will lead to this barrier, and that is what I have done in my first year. This is the second published research paper. This is an ISI index Q4 journal, and this is my first paper published in 2014. And this is a thorough overall study of the Indian scenario, that is end-of-life vehicles, and analysis of the Indian scenario. This is a paper published with my students in 2015. This is what I have presented. This is some part of the things which I have present come from this paper. So this they were maybe in the second year of their course in BTech in 2015. This is the effect of end-of-life vehicle regulations on global automobile manufacturers, like what Toyota has to do after the regulations, or what Volkswagen has to do after the regulations, and what Hyundai, Nissan. So what particularly an automobile manufacturer has to readjust in its manufacturing after the implications of this end-of-life vehicles regulation. Regulation is the same as legislation. So this is a paper which I am still working on. I have not published it. It's still in my laptop. This is a decision support system. So ELV network basically means, like you have our state of Kerala, and you have this end-of-life vehicles occurring. If we take the district of Trivandrum itself, we will have many parts like Nedamangad, Neyatingara, Parashala, Karkutam, Attingal. There are many parts in which these end-of-life vehicles are generated. Okay, so they are called as collection points. So you cannot set up a refurbishing center. Refurbishing center means a remanufacturing center where you dismantle these cars and take out the parts and you make it as a new one. You cannot make a refurbishing center at every point. You should have a centralized refurbishing center. For that, you should have a network where you should have the collection point, and where you should have the refurbishing center. So for that is a real logistics problem which is coming in end of life vehicles management. So we have developed a decision support system so that you can enter the distance of your locality, and the decision support system means it will give an automated decision with some algorithms. So the decision support system was developed myself as a part of my research, and this decision support system will give the solution of the location of the location and position of the refurbishing center if we give our own data. This is saying, see, if we are having a variating output, how we have to locate the ELV network. That is where should we keep the collection center as well as the refurbishing center. This is I have explained earlier the design for disassembly and remanufacturing principle. So what are the factors affecting the design of disassembly, implementation of design for disassembly and remanufacturing in automobile sectors? So actually design for disassembly and remanufacturing of automobile sector is an untouched research area, and which is a important research area with a sustainable outlook or sustainable view. If we are seeing it, the research area which need to be focused is design design of disassembly and remanufacturing in automobile. See, if we are converting the fuel into electrical, or if you are converting all the fossil fuel cars into electrical cars, even then end of life vehicles will exist, because once this car also is going to reach 14 years and it is also going to become old. So how we can disassemble and remanufacture the parts of these cars is something which we need to take up. So this is another paper that is modeling the factors affecting the manufacturer responsibility. So manufacturing responsibility means it's called as EPR, extended producer responsibility. If you can see the bottom of the screen, you can see that extended producer responsibility. As the lecture has been so much boring till now, I will just give a casual example about what is extended producer responsibilities. Like you students are like a student, his name is Bilal John Kurishingal. He is joining University College of Engineering as a first-year student. Okay, and he has parents at home, and he is pampered by his parents. They provide him everything, and they have done everything for the boy, and he joins the college. And then he gets into a friendship with one girl. Any name you can call her. Maybe you can call her Nayantara. So Bilal John Kurishingal and Nayantara is very thick friends, and they spend 24 hours either by phone or when they are in college together. And he is so much engaged with that girl. Finally, they complete 4 years, and Nayantara gets married to a NRI American, and she leaves. Now we are friends. Okay, bye. And our Bilal John Kurishingal gets into depression mode. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. He always sits like this. So uh, the Kurishingal family is too much thinking about Bilal. Oh, what is happening with Bilal? So they take him to the psychologist, they take him to the doctor, they treat him, and they make him as the same old Bilal John Kurishingal who was 4 years back. So similarly, here the Kurishingal family is the the Toyota company, and Bilal John Kurishingal is uh, our Toyota Corolla car, which is produced by the Toyota company. And Nayantara is a user who buys this car in European Union or another country where there is a end of life vehicle regulation. What they have to do is after 14 years, the responsibility is for the Toyota company. Even before 14 years, if there is a crash and it will become total loss also, the responsibility is for the Toyota company. Whereas in our country, any car which goes to accident or which is sold, there is no responsibility. Okay, so extended producer responsibility is that even after the sales, the responsibility of the vehicle is for the producer. And there are many papers in design of disassembly and remanufacturing in electronics, as well as extended producer responsibility in, I think, in the disposal of e-waste in electronics. So I hope I have given some ideas about sustainable engineering, extended producer responsibility, design for disassembly and management. End of life vehicles is not too much into electronics, but still. So in my research, I have listed out some 350 items, and my supervisors have uh, cut short into 192 items. Uh, so about my research plans, like every part we have to see into it, and not this hinge is not there, but many parts like a valve housing, every complex part we can go into it and we can see how it can be disassembled with 100% efficiency, and how we can remanufacture, refurbish it, and make it a new item. Every part is either a master's research or a PhD research. If there are more complications, we can take it as a PhD research, or it is if it is a simpler part, we can take it as a master's research. So I would like to again to have a textbook on end of life vehicles management in India. I would like to write a textbook so that it can be used as one of the electives in mechanical and automobile engineering. So this is my presentation. I'm sorry because I had some technical issues. I used my old slide for the first time. Then I was also confused. So thank you. Thank you, the team of University College of Engineering, Rohit, Simi, and principal, and all the staffs, and anchor. Thank you very much. Any questions you can ask me.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. I think there are no questions, sir. So I would like to take forward this. Uh, I would like to take forward this event coming to an end. So I, on behalf of our college, thank you, sir, for this wonderful session and for making us understand the importance of sustainable development. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Bishop B.V. Ma'am. UG Dean Saina ma'am, HOD of Electronics and Communication Department, Indu Shalini ma'am, our teachers and all the participants for your active participation and support. Once again, I thank you, sir, for this great session. So, officially, we have come to an end to the interview.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir.
there is a question. Sir, what kind of technology is used for collecting the end of use vehicles? Uh,
Sir, collecting data. I skip that word data. Sir, do you use any kind of blockchain technology like that for the collection of these end of use vehicles?
Excuse me, ma'am, once more.
Sir, what kind of technology you use for collecting the data of end of use vehicles?
Okay. Actually, ma'am, in India, we don't have any technologies till now used. Where even I have studied some of the cases in Mexico, Egypt. Still, there is no technology. It is very raw idea of collecting these vehicles. So I think the collecting data, the data collection, the usage of data collection in end of life vehicles will be a good another research topic which is unearthed. I feel so.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the answer.
So, sir, no more questions?
Yeah, no more questions, I think.
Okay. Once again, I thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. It was great having you on this session, sir. Thank you so much. So, we have come to an end to the International Webinar 2020 conducted by the ECE Department of University College of Engineering, Karyavata. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the honorable guests, especially our Pro Vice Chancellor, for inaugurating the webinar. I would like to convey my special thanks to our entire team. Firstly, our principal Dr. Bishrat BV ma'am, our UG Dean Saina ma'am, Head of Electronics and Communication Indu Shalini ma'am, Program Coordinators Simi Charlie ma'am and Kanan sir, our beloved conveners Anu Anthony ma'am and Sajita ma'am, our co-conveners Ashwati ma'am and Rohiti ma'am, our beloved organizing committee Anu Ram ma'am, Hasina ma'am and Anila ma'am, our student coordinators Shaheem M. Sharif, Rohit Dev, and Ritvik Nair, who even hosted the program so beautifully. The hard work and great coordination of our entire team who worked on and off the screen made this event so successful and fruitful. Last but not the least, I thank all the participants whose active participation and legit support made this event a great success. Once again, thanking you all. I, Aditi S. Gauri, signing off with a new hope of meeting you all soon. Stay home, stay safe, have an amazing day ahead. Thank you so much.